Welcome to our virtual LoRa 1 Wall of Fame presentation session. I'm Andres and I'm a project engineer at comtac, and today on my session I will present you a product we developed for our customers and partners at tracker.ch. The product I'm going to show you today is the LPN Tracker. As the name already says, it's a tracker device, but it's not only just any tracker device, it's a heavy-duty IP67 tracking device. I will explain to you today how to use it and how to connect it to the Things enterprise stack, but before doing that I will show you where to use it for, where not to use it for, and some technical specs. So to start again, this is the LPN Tracker. It's a GPS tracking device. It has a long-lasting battery inside. It's heavy-duty, as I said before, IP67 custom housing, and has an industrial design. It also integrates an accelerometer and a microphone to allow us to do some smart GPS triggering, which is then used already which is used in the different modes the device supports. It also has a lock capability of 1,500 positions. This device was made for three main usages or use cases, as you can call it. First of them is called start-stop positioning of vehicles, machines, and big objects, the so-called mode 1. In this mode, we can detect the start and stop of moving objects, but only the start and stop. Now the second mode, it's actually kind of weird, it's called mode 3, but I explain you afterwards why I have it this way. This is called the tracking and positioning of vehicles, machines, or big objects. In this mode, we not only have the start and stop positioning, but we also have the positions in between the start and stop at a certain GPS interval that can be set by the user over the air. And the third mode, which is also a really interesting mode, where you probably ask yourself why we add a microphone to this device. So here's where it comes. And it's called the machine hour counting mode. In this mode, we're able to count the working hours of a machine by detecting a specific profile of motion and sound of a certain machine. For example, a motor of a big truck or something like that. It's made to use in industrial settings and rough environments, as I said before. Here I have an example of mode 1, more or less how it looks like, so you can compare, you have an idea of what the difference between mode 1 and mode 3 are. So the main difference is that we only see in the card, we only see start and stop. We see nothing else. In this case, we had the device mounted on a car which drove from point A to B, and as you can see on the card, there's only 2 points, A and B. And compared to the mode 3, you see that we also have the start and stop points as before, but we have a bunch of positions in between. These positions were the ones the device was actualizing as it was driving, as it was in motion. There's also this option with the log I told you, and this is a really cool option if you, for example, get out of coverage. In that case, the device saves this information into a log, and once the coverage is back and running, it dumps all this data to the cloud. In this case, you can see a friend of ours here at the company went to Italy for some vacations, and we just can see the whole start-stop that he did on that way. And just so you have an idea where to install the device in mode 2, which would be machine counting hours. I have two pictures here where you can see where we installed it. We installed it in big construction machines, construction vehicles, close to the motor. So like that we could detect the motion, the vibration, and the sound profile of the motor. And with these two parameters we could detect if the device or the vehicle was running or not. Now, what not to use it for. Here are some things I wrote down. Maybe you already kind of got it. It's not really meant to use for route tracking. What I mean by this is, you can say, okay, mode 3 was kind of like route tracking, but what I mean by saying this is that it's not meant to really use it on a fast update ratio kind of application. So if you really need a fast update ratio on the position, the actual positioning of the device, this is not probably your best choice. And it's also not really meant to use it in live tracking applications. So if you really want to have live information of your device, it's not the right choice to go for. As you can see, the device is not not really small. So tracking of small dynamic objects is also something what's not really an application or a usage of this device. And obviously, last but not least, indoor location. Now I'll show you some other specs of our device. And right now we support the EU frequency. More frequencies are to come. And right now we run it with the LoRaWAN protocol 1.02. And as I said before, long battery life, IP67. It has a replaceable battery inside of 7.4 ampere hours. So in case after some years, after, I don't know, 3 years or something like that, if you happen to not have any battery anymore, you can just actually open the device and replace the battery without a problem. As I said before, we got an accelerometer and a microphone on board, and also this lock with a capacity for 1,500 positions. Now I'm going to show you how to add the device to the Things Enterprise tag. But before doing that, I just forgot something. I wanted to show you again the page of tracker.com. Here you can find more information about our device. It's obviously LoRaWAN certified and it's also Swisscom IoT qualified. And here you can find more technical data, like for example the size and weight of it, and just more information that we probably missed during the presentation you can find here. And as I said before, if you just need to get more info about the device, just please don't hesitate to contact us at comtac.ch, or just contact the tracker directly, however you want. We're always happy to help you. Now back to the Things Enterprise tag. You see here, this is my account. I already created an application called LoRaWAN Virtual Wall of Fame, and now I'm gonna add a device to it. Just gonna call LPN Tracker. As I said before, we got a LoRaWAN 1.0.2. So I'm gonna have to choose here the European frequency, as I said before, and the joining information usually you get from the distributor or from the producer. So I already have this information. I'm just gonna add it to the platform. I'm also gonna add the app key. I got a app key, dev EUI and join EUI / app EUI. When I have this all in, I can just create the device and this should be up and running. Usually when you get the device, the first time it's gonna be turned off in low power mode, and to be able to activate it, there is a magnetic switch in the device that is located right below this point on the housing. So when you want to activate the device, you just have to go with a magnet and it should start running. That's what we're going to try now. Just going to get a magnet and going to try to activate the device and see what happens. As you can see, we already got a join request, a join accept, and once this happened, messages are going to start coming. And usually whenever the device is started, the first message is an information message that shows the firmware version it's running on. And afterwards you get a configuration message where you see how the device is configured, in which mode, which parameters are activated for the motion detection and everything. And once this is also done, the device starts running, and you can get messages from the application. So usually whenever it starts running, it just waits for the first start, and whenever this happens, the GPS fetching is gonna be started. When this happens, after this is finished, usually it takes a longer time the first time. When this is finished, the positioning is gonna be sent to the server, and that's how the system usually works. And whenever it stops again, it's gonna send back a message that it has stopped. Through that, I didn't have time to add a parser for this device, but we have the whole payload description online. So if you wanna get some more information about payload, just please contact us. There are different kind of messages, different IDs, so it's It's fairly complex, but once it is implemented, it's pretty straightforward, and you can get visualizations as the ones I showed you on the presentation before. It's the LPN Tracker connected to the Things tag. So that was all from my side. I hope you enjoyed our session and could learn something about our device. If you need some information about it, just please don't hesitate to contact us at comtac.ch or our partners at tracker.com. You can also see now my personal email and phone number. If you want to give us a call, just go ahead and we can talk about it. Thanks. Have a nice one.